know about magnet fishing until you told me about magnet fishing.
That's like a couple of weeks ago.
I know.
Where you been?
I don't know. Okay. Maybe because I'm not a fisherwoman.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm not into magnets.
Little known fact.
Who
Not
is
into
it?
magnets.
Although I did date a magnet once.
Did you?
He was very attractive.
All that for
No.
that joke?
No.
Oh, you just threw that one in.
Yes.
Ah,
was bonus.
She was riffing.
Yeah.
Okay. So with magnet fishing, you go down, you fish with magnets so you can try to catch things.
Metal things.
Right. So James Cain and Barbie Extina, they were magnet fishing off a bridge in Queens.
Okay.
Throw it down there, see
Right.
what they could find. And it's like, ooh, something's really heavy down there. Something's really heavy. And they pull it up, and it's a safe.
Ooh.
And inside the safe, $100,000.
No, really?
There's no way.
Yes.
It was all safe and I guess.
Hey.
Well, no, it's like, the
Was
$100
it
bills.
mushy?
No, they're kind of mushy.
They're soggy.
Okay.
But, you can turn them into a bank,
Yeah.
and you can get the cash back. They called the police, and they said, has anybody, said that they lost a safe with $100,000 in it?
It was actually me.
Oh no, you
Yeah.
found it.
Thank you
And,
so much.
They said no. No, so they get to keep the safe.
I don't know if I believe any of this.
I saw pictures of it.
Well, I understand.
Are you saying I made all that up just so
No,
I
no,
could
no.
give a
Do you
joke?
think they planted the safe?
Yes.
For fame?
Yes, for clicks.
You're such a cynic.
All the storage people, when you watch those things online, well, not you, you just learned about magnet fishing, but people buy storage units and they're like, old shoe, Mona Lisa. It's all fake. It's all planted.
No.
Yes.
Honest?
I'm telling you.
I
know-
believe it. I think this was real.
I was channel surfing,
Mm-hmm.
and I ran across
Thank
my
goodness she did that.
You
hands
know.
up.
my
I didn't know what
my
she was doing.
600-pound life.
Oh,
Oh, that show's intense.
It is. I felt really sorry for those people.
well,
It's sad.
yeah, it is.
It's
sad.
very sad.
So what do you watch that you're kind of like, I shouldn't be watching
Love
this?
Island.
I watched
Love
What's
Island?
Love Island?
It's a fantastic television show where
Okay.
a bunch of very hot people end up in a house together and they have to find love. It's
Love
great.
Island.
Do they?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Also, they're British, so it's better than American.
Oh, 'cause they have that
TV.
accent.
Yes.
yeah, they're smarter than us.
Yes.
I watched a show called Trust, where 11 people enter a house
There's always a house.
and they have a trust that they can just wait out the 25 days and they split the trust and everybody goes home a winner. Or they can start vote people off and they get more percentage of the trust at the end of the show.
How much money are we talking about?
I think it was $250,000, but it grows every single week.
See, now, I would do that show.
It's so great.
Okay. I mean, this whole below deck where it
Yeah.
costs like $60,000
Where you
to
have
be
to
on.
pay to be on TV.
No, we're not going to do that. They, you know what? They should be paying us. They should be
Yes.
paying us.
I can't believe when we found out that you had to pay to get on that show.
Yeah, I'm still shocked about that.
Really?
Yeah.
And that they actually convince people to do it.
Well, because you get to
It's
be
for the
like
fame.
Fame. Yeah, I was going to say fame, not fortune, but you get fame.
Well,
Then-
less fortune.
Yeah, that's true. That is
So we're
true.
going to find a trunk. We're going to load it with $100,000.
Right.
We're going to put it in Tempe Town Lake.
Or we'll find out some dried out river. It'll be easier to fish for it that way.
Perfect.
Who's going to give us the $100,000?
That's you, Kim.
Eeny, meeny.
That would not be me.
It's you, Kim.
I don't know if you noticed. This is called Kim Komando Today.
You get it
and-
right back.
Yeah,
It's just for the clicks.
I'm not going to do it.
Well, maybe take 10% off the top, but otherwise you'll get it right back.
I have a feeling that you people would steal it from me.
No.
Wow.
No.
Never.
Never. Well, it is Kim Komando Today. It's your fun podcast about all things digital. If you notice, there are 3 voices here. Yes, because not only is Andrew Babinski here,
You're crashing the Wednesday show,
Yes.
Allie.
It's me. I'm here.
Allie Seligman, our amazing content queen. You know why? She has to go be a good aunt on Friday.
My
Oh.
nephew is graduating from high school, which feels insane. I still think about him as like a little
Sure.
baby. So,
And so now what are you going to give him for graduation?
oh, I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm going to ask him what he wants.
Isn't it in 2 days?
I've had a week, Andrew, and then I had a week before that.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
had 2 weeks to wait.
No, I'm probably
to
going to go
ask him.
cash, but
You know
Yeah.
what?
we'll see if he wants
I
anything.
have a graduation announcement sitting on my desk right now for my nephew. And I'm just seeing Amazon gift card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I have to do is I have to actually reach out to his mom and dad and say, okay, here's the deal. How much did I give his brother?
Yeah. You
Yeah, that's
cannot.
good.
It
Yeah.
can't be 200 to 150 to the other. That's game over
I
right
know,
there.
exactly.
We knew who Kim loves more.
Or you know what I could do is buy him a whole bunch of lottery tickets, scratch it off, and send to him saying, "Hey, sorry, this is life. You lost."
Welcome to
what?
the real world.
My
Yes.
niece just graduated, and I went and got her a Visa gift card.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to buy stuff online if you have the Visa gift card.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And I was at a CVS. I don't know if I can say the name of the store
That's fine.
because of what the guy did.
Oh.
I went up and he scans it and he's like, oh my gosh, there's a $7 activation fee for this. That's too expensive. And he gave me the graduation card for free.
Oh, did he?
What a guy. I love that.
It was awesome.
I
Aw.
do love that. That's a great
Yeah.
one. Well, where is that CVS? I'm gonna go.
This guy's just handing things out and we get him fired.
So what are we talking about today? What do you have?
We have Amazon Tribe that's been remote forever.
Incredible story.
They finally got the internet, and we're going to find out how it's going.
How much they love it.
love
it.
Ooh,
What do you
okay.
have?
Everybody knows love languages, right? We'll talk about them. But there's
Mine's
also
cash.
gifts. There's also apology languages. So how you say sorry to someone. There are different
Oh.
types. So we're going to find out what ours are.
And I have what I think is the funniest joke at the end.
Oh.
I mean, this might go down as like one of the jokes where you're like, that Kim Komando is so funny.
You're building a lot of hype for it. Just
Lot
lay
of
it
hype.
low. Just we know it's coming. Just creep.
I'm just saying
onto
it's
it.
going to be really good.
Understand.
You're going to want to stay around to the end.
Unrealistic expectations.
Well, and we are giving away that iPhone.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Okay.
It's almost.
It's all it was over,
It was over.
but then we said no, it wasn't over because we've been keep promoting it. So now it is
Oh.
officially going to be over in like a couple of days.
Okay.
So
Hurry.
now is the time for you to enter to win at winfromkim.com. Winfromkim.com. You're going to win an iPhone from me.
We understand. I'm just mad that you're not going to give us the $100,000 so we can get clicks.
God, so temperamental.
You'll get it right back.
Can you do that like, comment, share at the bit?
If you're watching us right now on YouTube or all the other, YouTube's the best place to go.
Yeah.
YouTube.com. And if you could, just share the podcast. You like it, you enjoy it. You're watching it right now, live streaming on the internet. Share it with someone. Click the share button, drop us a comment. We read comments everywhere, no matter whether they're sent directly to Kim via email or posted on one of our videos. And then follow us so you know when we go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
And you can also watch on demand.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're just walking right now and you're just laughing along and you're wondering, like, what does Allie look like?
Yeah,
How ugly is Andrew?
pretty ugly.
Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Here are the top 5 things you need to know what's happening in the world of tech right now. And guess what? Scammers, they're out again.
No.
Surprise.
I know.
What are they doing?
They are posing as legitimate companies and also recruiting agencies. And they're saying, like, we have the best job for you ever.
Great.
All you have to do is
My
like
boss is really mean. She just called me ugly. I need to find a new job.
analyze a web page.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You can take a look at search results and tell us, how Google search is doing.
Great.
Okay. And then we're going to pay you in cryptocurrency.
Which is most legitimate jobs do.
Okay.
Sure.
And then you get to sign on. You're like, oh, wow, this is really great. Look how much my money is going up that I've earned by doing these fake jobs. And then they say, oh, well, don't you want to put more money into this account because it's going so well? And you're like, yes. I mean, I'm getting like a 22% return on my money. So then you start giving them money, which of course isn't a fake account, and
This is
goes
a
on
long con for them.
and on and
I
on.
mean,
bet it
literally
works,
someone has
though.
to work a full work week before you then give them the return and then they give you the money.
I know, doing crap jobs that doesn't matter, right? It's like,
I like the fake manager being like, oh,
Yeah.
I have to go through all this.
Sorry, we're going to have to let you go. We're not going to be able to steal from you.
do you know what I'm putting in this? That you talk about a fake manager. I'm putting this in the newsletter for tomorrow. That there's a company, Ascension, or no, not Ascension. It's something else, like something like Asana or something like that.
Okay.
Okay, and they have come up with AI bosses.
Oh, no.
Okay. So an AI boss is going to sit in like the corner of your screen and pop up and say things like, Allie, you're running a little late on the newsletter today.
No.
Andrew?
I hate this.
Andrew, it looks like you weren't so funny today. Were you down?
You are so-
I'd love for AI to judge my humor.
Yes.
No one wants to be micromanaged like that.
no one.
Absolutely not.
That seems awful.
You know, I host a radio show every single day in Phoenix on 99.9 KEZ.
Always got to get that in.
An iHeart radio station. And we have a rule, no bosses in studio during showtime. From 5 to 10, you can't come in the studio. Because even if we said the stupidest thing or the dumbest thing or do something wrong, 10:01, come in and yell at us. That's fine. But not while we're working. No
You know
one wants
what?
to be micromanaged like that.
That is a good rule.
That is a good rule. I
Yeah.
like that.
That is a good rule. Okay, I'll leave now.
Bye, Kim. Have a good day.
All right. Coming in at number 2, Olympics has fallen.
What happened?
Well, it's a fake documentary narrated by a fake Tom Cruise.
Is this available to stream?
And it's actually just Russian propaganda.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's all it is. They say some giveaways is that Tom talks about a hockey match
Yeah.
instead of a hockey game.
Sure.
That's some tomfoolery right there.
Did you watch the fake AI Tom Cruise documentary on Amazon Prime? It's
No.
100% produced, voiceover, written about Tom Cruise, but by artificial intelligence. It's one of the worst movies ever made.
is it?
It's awful.
You watched it?
40 minutes?
That's a lot
I was
of
hoping
time
that
you're
you
never
were going to
getting
tell
back.
me that it was actually not too bad.
No, it's awful. It's absolutely awful. And it's just they take clips from the internet. You can see the YouTube browser at the bottom.
How did that end up on Amazon?
Because Amazon doesn't care. They let you just post whatever you want. It's just on Prime Video.
Wow.
It's just up there.
So
And
we
it's
should
gonna
make
be
a
one of
movie,
many.
it sounds like.
Oh yeah, a
Yeah.
movie about it. Kim give us $100,000 so we can go
Yes, exactly.
fake magnet fishing.
It's actually a heist story with me
Oh, I
and you
like
stealing
it.
the.
We're gonna run off to
You know,
Guadalupe.
it must be really hard to date online.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's just, I read these stories and I have to pass them along
Mm-hmm.
just because if anybody's dating online, I want to make sure like they're safe. So like this 33-year-old guy in Pennsylvania, he was busted for burglary and stalking a woman that he met online.
Mm.
After she dumped him and then she blocked him, he went full creep mode, shutting off her power,
Wow.
messing with her internet,
Ugh,
put a GPS tracker on her car.
that's scary.
Cops arrested him. He's took the psychopath.
You're really on one today, aren't you?
You want to take 2 on that one?
I thought that was good. This was all coming at number 4.
That's
this
horrible though.
Yeah.
I know it is horrible. Coming at number 4 is that a really expensive street in Southern California.
Mm-hmm. Every street in California.
Yeah, that's true. Do you know the average house in California is like $940,000?
Sounds about right.
Depressing.
That's
Okay.
awful. Yeah.
And then plus your taxes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a horrible state. It really is.
Clip that. That's right there. That's a TikTok video.
Hello to everyone in California. We love you so
No,
much.
I know. I love the people. California is a beautiful state.
Right.
Okay.
It's just expensive.
But it's so expensive.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know because I pay California real estate taxes on 2 homes.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Well, one's a rental and one you live in, right? Or are they both?
Both.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
awful.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
well, you could say Ian's the renter, but
That's yeah. We know how that works when your kid is rented from you.
there you go.
You just need to find some beachfront property in like Iowa or something.
Exactly.
It would be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I could go to a lake.
Mm-hmm. Not the same.
Not the same thing. All right. So what they found was it looked like 2 rocks that were put together with duct tape, and it was sitting on somebody's yard, front lawn rather. And when upon closer inspection, they took the rocks apart and they found cameras in there
Ugh.
that were recording everything that was happening on the street, people coming and going, people
Okay.
coming and going. And then it was all recording on an SD card. And so it didn't have to have Wi-Fi or cellular or anything like that. So what they think it was is the Chilean gangs
Sure.
are now putting out camouflage cameras so that this way they know when people are coming and going. Because we all pretty much have like kind of a standard schedule.
Right. They're learning the
Yeah.
rhythm of the neighborhood.
Exactly. So
These
It-
guys always have new tactics.
they do, don't they?
They're an innovative bunch.
I would have loved to have been at that meeting. Like, how are we going to hide the cameras? What if we tape some rocks together?
That's great, Jim. You're getting a raise.
With duct tape and just put it on the front
Yeah,
yard.
just chuck it in the yard.
nobody
No
ever
one will notice.
Finally, this coming in at number 5. I just saw this number, $2 trillion. Okay,
That's what you want to put in the safe that we're going to go magnet fishing for?
You're going to have find somebody else, buddy. I'm just telling you
It's
there.
gonna be a big safe.
It's a big magnet.
Where's Elon? Oh no, he doesn't have that much
Not yet.
anymore.
Mm.
Can't believe still that X is going to be a porn site. Should we get off of X?
Do you use it?
I think we're going
Yeah,
to
we
stop.
post things.
I think we should get off of it.
But
I
do you
mean,
get
it's
reaction?
a cesspool. Not really.
Do you
No.
get clicks? Click
No.
throughs?
Not enough to matter.
If you're not getting anyone to click through, then yeah.
I think we're going to move to Threads.
Okay.
That was on my list
Let's
to
do
talk
it.
to you today.
Okay.
We just
Good
had that.
meeting.
Yeah, just,
We just
do it
had
on
a
the
meeting.
podcast.
Great.
We just had a meeting.
Good job.
This is why you don't have bosses in the show.
This podcast is now tax deductible because you guys worked through it.
Exactly. $2 trillion in sales. That's since the iPhone was released
Wow.
in
Okay.
2007. $2 trillion. And so there was this guy, I remember this. I looked it up. His name was, let's see, David Platt.
Okay.
David Platt. And he said back in 2007, listen to this, that the iPhone would crash in flames.
Mm.
Okay. For the following 3 reasons. And he was a big tech router. The iPhone ignores the main reasons for the iPod's success: simplicity and ease of use. That was number 1. Number 2, why the iPhone would just crash and burn, as he said. It crams too many functions
Yeah.
into a single device,
Too many.
It's simply
making
too
it
useful.
difficult to use multiple functions simultaneously. Finally, this coming in at number 3, users will detest the touch screen interface due to its lack of tactile feedback.
Ooh. I do remember my first iPhone. I was like, wow, this is so much tactile feedback I'm dealing with now.
No, not enough.
Okay,
Where's
and
all
he-
my tactile
And he
feedback?
closed by saying, the only question remaining is, because I looked it up, the only question remaining is if, when the iPhone fails,
Mhm.
will it take the iPod with it?
Dun,
Wow.
dun.
You know what, though? All his points were kind of real things that got fixed over time because now you click with your finger, right? And there's that little buzz.
I did the same exact
They
thing.
have better multitasking.
I
I
told
mean,
you-
he was wrong, but
I told you the story, right?
What?
I used to produce your husband's talk show.
Yes.
It was a news talk, and we get a call from this guy. He's like, "Hey, did I ever told you
Yeah.
this? I just got an iPhone, and this thing is literally the coolest thing on the planet. I want to go on the air." I'm like, "The iPhone's stupid. It'll never work. No one will ever buy it." Hung up on him. Calls back a couple days later. I gotta get on the air. I gotta talk to Barry. I gotta tell him about the iPhone. It is amazing. No, the iPhone's stupid. Hung up on him. So like 4 months later, I go on the air talking about how I just bought an iPhone and it's the coolest thing ever. He calls up. He's like, "Put me on the air right now and apologize to me." And I did. I absolutely did. So I was just in the same boat. I thought
remember-
it would never last.
No, I remember I got the iPhone. I was like, this is game changer.
But it
Yeah.
wasn't a game changer until you had it in your hands.
that's true.
Until
true.
it went from concept to reality, it was totally different. Because I felt the same way. I'm like, who needs a computer in their pocket?
Do you remember what your phone was right before the iPhone? Like, what'd
The
you switch from?
Motorola Razr, pink.
Ooh, little one.
I had a Palm Pre,
I had the slide up one.
You had a Palm Pre? Wow.
like a little businesswoman.
Yeah, you were.
No Blackberries. None of us were Blackberry people.
I had
No.
a Pearl at one point.
Yeah, I had a Blackberry at once, but I had the Sidekick. Remember the Sidekick?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I always wanted that, but we didn't
you know
have
what?
T-Mobile.
They sent that to us free.
The Sidekick?
Yeah, because I remember, I think they sent it to me and I think I gave it to you.
You gave me 2 phones from Team. Why is that funny?
because this was so long ago.
Oh yeah. And you gave me the Sidekick, which I used, and then a phone that was like this big. Remember that one?
Yeah.
That it literally it was maybe half an inch
I
wide.
was like,
Are you kidding?
No, and it was a flip phone. And you gave us that one. Ainsley, my wife at the time, she used that one for a couple of years.
That's incredible. I wish I had
That's
that
funny.
today.
so let's do this. So let's say the average iPhone is $1,000.
Okay.
Okay. And you have $2 trillion worth.
Do they count all the sales from the original where the cell phone company paid the price of the phone and we just got it for free?
No,
Is
that's
that-
not included.
That's not included in
No,
the two.
No, so you're just saying that they sold $2 trillion worth of iPhone.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
In like consumer sales.
And so it's $1,000, $2 trillion. So that means they sold 2 billion phones.
Worldwide.
That's a lot of phones.
Yeah. Did you notice how fast I just did that?
That was
math?
good math. Did you figure that out earlier?
No.
Oh.
Why would you say such a thing?
Sorry,
You know what I mean? Like, 85% of people in America, they don't know basic math.
They
And I'm
don't?
just part of the other 25%.
The chosen few.
Yes. Now somebody's going to say, that math was wrong.
85 plus 25.
That's what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah,
You watch.
absolutely.
It's going to be like, she went to public school. Hey, it's Kim Komando Today. It's your fun podcast about all things digital. Just a reminder that if you're looking for the Kim Komando Show, we now have that available commercial-free over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. That's the big 3-hour show. That's where we have some guests, and also it's very caller-driven. And now there are 4 hours of the Kim Komando Show. I don't know if you realize this.
I didn't realize
Yeah, we
that.
do
4
4
whole
hours. And so it doesn't, when it translates to commercial free, it's not exactly 4 hours.
Right, of course. You got to pull out the commercials.
But Friday night, if you're in Chicagoland, I do the extra hour at 7 p.m. If you're in Atlanta, airs on WSB at 5 p.m. And some big news. Our ratings on that 7 p.m. hour in Chicago went up 95%.
Whoa, baby.
phenomenal.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
Does any station play the 4 hours straight, start to finish?
Now, what they're really using the extra hour for is to kind of a lead in to say you can hear the
Oh,
rest. You can
okay.
hear the
nice.
whole show.
So it's like a promo for the weekend
so
show.
I'm really
Okay.
excited about that.
That's cool.
awesome.
And the 1 hour in Atlanta, I don't want to. I mean, the numbers are just crazy.
Right.
I mean, 1 hour in WSB, it's like, I don't know, 50,000 people.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
Well,
awesome.
hello, new friends.
Yes,
How
I
great.
know. Exactly. And so if you want to get all that fun and excitement, it's Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And of course, you can always join the Komando community. And it's, like I always say, we have discounts for everything. So just whatever
Just take
box
it.
it is, just check the box you are, like, EMT. I don't care.
We don't check.
If you're over 30, you can be a
Human?
senior.
Sure. Human.
Yes.
Sentient being. Done.
Doesn't matter, your pronouns. We don't care.
No,
Doesn't matter
anybody.
anything. All right. This story is amazing.
It's crazy, right?
It is crazy. And because I've been to the Amazon
Mm-hmm.
and
Did you go visit this tribe?
no, but I can't believe the story. You have to tell it.
So there's this tribe that was just secluded. They were remote, had really no connection with the outside world, Western culture. And all of a sudden, there were people that were coming in. They started talking to them, working with them, helping them with the things that they needed in their community, gained their trust. And they said, hey, you ever heard of the internet? And they knew what they were talking about.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's this guy, his name's Elon Musk, and he has this company, it's called Starlink. If we funded it and we got you some Starlink boxes and we got everybody a phone or a device to connect to the internet, would you be interested? And the tribe was a little hesitant to begin with. Then they told them all the virtues, and they saw the virtues right away. This happened 9 months ago where they got the internet. And right away, they literally said lives in this tribe were saved because of the Starlink device.
Yeah, because they're able to look up rattlesnake bites,
Correct.
or whatever it
Oh,
may be.
wow.
Access to
yeah.
information, access to emergency medication, emergency care if they need it.
Yeah, and this is a big tribe. I mean, we're talking about 2,000 people,
Right.
Okay.
and they all have the same last name.
I know, which is
Oh my
interesting.
gosh.
Especially when you're reading the article
Yeah.
that's talking about this, everybody's quoted as the same name.
It's
So
like
you're
Manuba,
is that the same guy? Is that the same person?
It's like, how are they all related?
So they saw positives right away, but now we're 9 months in, and they think maybe, possibly, their culture has been lost forever.
Oh my gosh.
It started with the younger people. They got on the devices. They started going on social media.
Yeah.
They started chatting and communicating. And what they stopped doing was working. They stopped planning food. They stopped hunting.
They have to hunt. Yes, they got to hunt for their
Mhm.
own food.
And they're just sitting around on their phones all day long.
well, how are they getting food?
They're not. They're
That's-
going without.
That's what the older people in the tribe are saying. Like you're saying, you know what? We are hunters. We are gatherers.
Yeah.
We are gardeners.
And if you don't do that, if you don't contribute, you just don't eat.
Yes.
You don't get the fruits of the labor because you're
Sure.
not putting in any other
And they
labor.
don't care. They're sitting there scrolling on their phone.
They're also looking at the culture of, America and Europe, and they're starting to emulate it. They're starting to act like it. And that's where they're like, this is our identity. Our identity of our tribe is already just 9 months in,
Oh.
is
That's all it took.
already being lost. The other group that's affected is young men. Immediately, I see the eyes.
See this coming from a mile
Yes.
They got on, they started chatting, and they found porn. And this is a culture that you cannot hold hands, kiss in public. This is shunned upon. And now they're seeing men being more sexually aggressive. They're worried that the things that they're seeing online that they're going to emulate when it comes to sex and
Oof.
relationships.
And, and the women, they're not covered up top.
Correct. The female body is not sexualized like it is in
Exactly.
pornography.
Right.
And now this message is being communicated to these men. Also, violent games, violent movies, violent videos. They're worried that this is going to have an instant impact on that age range and that gender in the tribe.
It was amazing to me, just 9 months.
Isn't that crazy?
Nine
Yeah, if you
months.
ever actually thought maybe technology's not that addictive, maybe they don't make it. No,
Just 9 months.
9 months.
They're hooked.
It has changed their entire life.
And
their
we've
entire
also had this
community.
conversation in America.
Yeah.
Is media affecting how we think and act? Is, the violent movie going to cause someone to be violent? And we're seeing a culture that never had it being mirrored
Yeah.
like that.
Okay, so I went down the Amazon River,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to. It's a whole different environment. I mean, it's kind of like you can talk about it, you can see pictures, but when you're there, I mean, you have to. The boat has to go to like the left side of the Amazon because in the middle of the Amazon River, there's like bodies and animals
Oh my
and
gosh.
I mean, just and then you go back, you go deep into the Amazon forest. I mean, where it is dark
Oof,
because of the canopy of the
Mhm.
trees.
it's so dense.
Yes, and so I think I told you guys the story, but so I went to the tour guide and I said, I want to show Ian, where like the real people live.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, I want him to see a school. And so he's like, okay, you have to bring a gift. And I said, well, where are we going to get anything? And he
Mhm.
said, and I said, Ian has like some school supplies. And so could I bring those? So we bring those. And then Ian outgrew a pair of shoes. Cause like, this is like when he's like 13. I mean, it's like,
On the trip.
yeah, you look at him and you're like, he just went from like being 5'2" to like 5'9". And you're like, okay, what happened? So he outgrew a pair of shoes. So he brought the shoes and because they were barefoot.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, in the Amazon River, they bathe,
Mm.
they defecate, they use that water to cook. I mean, it's really very, very primitive. And in the school, it was just a dirt floor,
Mm-hmm.
and with kids anywhere from 3 to 18
Yeah.
in one room with one teacher. I mean, it's very,
Wow.
very primitive. And they didn't have electricity. They don't have running water. One of the guys who greeted me, he was 15 and he had a 3-year-old right next to him. And I said, "Oh, is that your brother?" He's like, "No, that's my son." I'm
Oh
like,
my gosh.
"Oh, okay." I mean, because you don't
Mhm.
expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his wife was there and she's pregnant again. And,
But just that thought right there, that thought where you were
Mm.
shocked by the fact that a 15-year-old that means a 12-year-old created human life. That is a Western culture thought. And now that they have access to the internet, they may think getting pregnant at 14 is a negative instead of a positive, which is in their culture. It's going to shift them completely.
and so I went to the next day. I went to the tour guide. I said, that was all fun, but I really want to see a real village that has not been touched, where they don't have, where the kids are not wearing like Adidas shirts
Mhm.
or whatever it may be, because the kids were wearing Adidas shirts and things. And he's like, okay, well, I'll get back to you. So next day he's like, okay, I found the tribe. Now, keep in mind, the Amazon River, you and we cannot put our finger in the Amazon River because we'll get sick.
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, we had to get all kinds of shots,
Mhm.
and I had medicine with us and all this other stuff. I mean, I carried peanut butter cups so that this way we could eat.
Mhm.
And so we go down to the bottom of the boat. We're going to get like on a Kodiak, and the guy like puts all like this gear on us, like gloves, boots, everything, and even like a windshield, so like none of the water would come into our face. And so Ian and I go with this tour guide, and we go like 15 minutes on the Zodiac boat, and we get to like this cove, and we get off the Zodiac, and there's like a group of people, probably like maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 people there. And they were all there to greet us.
Mhm. They knew you were coming. Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And people were like looking at me and I said to the guy, I said, "What are they looking at?" He goes, "They've never seen a blonde woman before."
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Because they're looking at my hair like going, "Where did that come from?" And then this woman comes up to me and she's like probably like 60 and just beautiful woman because they have beautiful skin. And looks at me and she's like, yada, mama, yamada. She's like, and I have no idea what she's saying.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, I do the same thing back.
Right.
I put my, like, I'm praying and I'm like bowing down and bowing down. And Ian's like looking at me like going, what are we doing here? I'm like, just bear with me. And so then the tour guide starts laughing. And I said, he goes, we got to go. And I said, wait, we just got here.
Right.
He's like, no, we got to go. He said, she just said that you are a beautiful woman and a very muscular woman. She can tell. And therefore, you're going to be a tasty woman.
Ah! Are you kidding me?
Wow.
And I said, we got to go. And Ian's like, Mom, we got to get out of here. And then I said, you're kidding me, right? And he goes, no, no, no. He said, no. I goes, I'm not kidding you. He said, you have to go right now. He said, I thought that and then he looked at me like in all seriousness, he goes, I thought they stopped that whole cannibalism thing here.
Oops, daisy.
I know. So that's another travel adventure fun time with Kim.
That's awesome.
When Kim almost got eaten.
Exactly. Hey, it's Kim Komando Today. It's your fun podcast. Just a reminder, you want to like, comment, share, and follow us wherever you are on social media, except for X, because I think we're going to get off of X
All right.
because they're going
Triple X.
that whole, triple X.
Well, this follows your I don't like Elon Musk narrative that you got off of
No, she
Twitter.
doesn't like Teslas.
Differ? Beg to differ.
You know what? I love Starlink.
Yeah.
I think he's doing a phenomenal job with Starlink. I have Starlink several places.
Oh,
And-
really?
Yes. And it works amazing. It does. And I think SpaceX is incredible. I think what he's doing with Neuralink is commendable. I just think that as a human being, that he should be giving more back to society.
Told you.
I mean, she's right. Come on.
And that every time I turn around, Tesla's got something wrong. No, the other day was I don't even bother putting it in the newsletter anymore.
It's just too much.
No, because it's like 125,000 cars recalled because the seatbelt doesn't work. That was
Oh my
that was the
gosh.
other day.
Seatbelts aren't that necessary, are they?
Not in a self-driving car. They're gonna
Nah.
die anyway. What do you got, Al?
Love languages.
Oh.
Do you two know yours? Do you need me to go through the list?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the idea of love languages is basically we all have specific ways that we like to be loved and cared for and things that mean the most to us. Okay, they are acts of service, so someone doing something for you.
So I've been told that that's the way I show love. Is that if I care for someone, I'll come over and I'll mount 10 TVs and not even think about it because I care for you and I want to support you and that's how I show love.
It's both. It goes both ways. So
Okay.
it's the way you show,
Okay.
and that it might be different, right? The way you like to be shown love might be different from the way you show love.
Okay.
For a lot of people, they cross over. But so acts of service, doing things, receiving gifts, self-explanatory, quality time,
Yes.
words of
Yes.
That would
affirmation.
be mine.
Yeah, words of affirmation and physical touch.
I would have
Men
to
are
go-
generally, men usually are physical touch and then something else.
I was going to
But
say,
not always.
I'm
Go through
probably
that list again.
quality time and touch.
Acts of service,
Okay,
receiving gifts,
I like
quali-
that.
quality time. I like that. Quality time, words of affirmation, and physical touch. I'm an acts of service, words of affirmation person.
For
So
yourself.
do stuff for me.
Okay.
Tell me I'm lovely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I like that. I like the gifts.
Are you being serious?
No. I'm
Oh,
teasing.
okay.
No, I think I'm acts of service. I like quality time.
Yeah, quality time's
Mhm,
important.
That's a good one. Well, it's not just love languages. There's also something called apology languages, which
I'm
is all
sorry?
apology languages. All over the internet right now. Same thing. There are 5 different types. It's how you like to receive an apology. Okay, we're going to go through them.
I'm focusing. I've never heard of this.
With a gift.
Physical touch. I'm so sorry. Okay. Number 1, expressing regret. So you just say, "I'm sorry." Okay. Does that feel good to you? Let's go through the rest. And
Yeah.
we'll see what we like.
Wait until the end.
Accepting responsibility.
Yeah, okay.
Something like, "I was wrong. I messed up." Making restitution. So that's like making amends. How can I make this right? How can I make it up to you? Planning a change. So here's what I'm going to do to make sure this doesn't happen again.
I like that.
Or requesting forgiveness. Can you find it in your heart to forgive me? Or something like that.
I'm the second one.
Kim doesn't like that one.
I don't like
I
that
don't like
one.
that one either.
I feel so disingenuous.
Manipulative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you ever find it in your heart to forgive me?
Could you possibly? So you like the I was wrong.
Yes.
I like the
Okay.
I was wrong. That
Okay.
you admit that you made a mistake.
I have the can I make it right? I have mixed feelings because sometimes that's nice, but sometimes it feels like you're putting all the pressure on the other person to
Yeah.
say like, no, you make it better. Tell me how to make it better.
Correct. And you're
Which
saying,
I don't like that.
no.
No. I saw your face light up a little bit with the plan, the like make amends. Like,
Yes.
here's how I'm gonna make sure this doesn't happen again.
Yeah, well, see, because I had a situation today
Yes.
where Ian had to apologize to me.
Okay.
Okay, well, he didn't have to. Okay, but he knew that he
Done wrong.
done wrong. Okay. And my mama ain't happy. Ain't nobody happy.
Exactly.
So he came into my office and and I said, "Oh, Ian," I said, "I got to do the pod. I got to do WLS. I got to do." And I said, we can talk about this later. He's like, "No, stand up." And I get out of my chair and I stand up and he gives me a big hug and he said, "I'm sorry and I won't do it again." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm good with that.
That worked for you.
But we're going to talk about it later."
But you need more than that, right? And I think that's the, part of this whole point too is that saying a few words, that's not enough.
No.
Right? For most things, unless it's like I accidentally stepped on Andrew's toe.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
Okay, great.
insignificant.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I don't like is I don't like an emotional apology.
When's the last time you apologized?
I apologize all the time.
Like a real one.
Like a real and what did you have to apologize for?
What'd you do?
It would calm down, you two.
We want to know.
Tell
Holy
us all the stupid stuff
buckets.
you've been doing.
I can't remember. I cannot. Nothing comes to. But I do
he's,
all the time.
he's perfect.
He's sorry, he
Mm.
hasn't done anything
Interesting.
wrong.
What I'm saying.
That's what it
I'm
sounds like.
extremely apologetic, and I also am a person. I have no issues admitting when I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I am fine with that. It doesn't happen a lot, but I'm fine with that. But I don't like an emotional apology. I don't like I'm so sorry. I don't think that's genuine. I think that the emotion is pushing the apology. I like a straight, just flat. I did this. I'm sorry. I won't do it again, which is hollow, I think, because even if it was unintentional, you might do it again. It's
might do it
I
possible.
still want to know what you did wrong.
Well, I don't remember. I don't have one.
Where's Jennifer?
Yeah, she'll have 50
She'll
for
tell
us.
us. I mean, Heather.
how about this?
Heather wouldn't be anything.
We were in San Diego, and my son was exhausted. It was the end of the day, but we had family plans all day long. And I can't believe I'm talking about this. And the last thing of the family plan was to go out for ice cream. And my daughter immediately knew what she wanted. It was this really expensive tourist trap ice cream place. We're talking like a cone was $12.
Oh,
Oof.
Yeah, tourist trap. So I said, "What do you want?" And he's like, "Cookies and cream." And it's a long line. I'm like, "Great, cookies and cream." And he goes, "No." And I'm like, "What is it?" And I just turned around and I was speaking fast and I was speaking loud. So he thought I was yelling at him.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "What do you want? What do you want?" And he's like, "Nothing. I don't even want anything." And then he just broke. But it would have been a long day. He was exhausted. He's a child.
Yeah.
And I just got down like, "Just tell me what you want and I'll get it for you." And that pushed it over the top where he even thought I was being more aggressive. But I was just trying to hurry things along. Again, my fault. So I pulled him aside. We sat down, just the two of us. Everybody's eating ice cream. It's just the two of us, and I apologize. That's not the way I should handle it. I was trying to help you. I was trying to be a problem solver, but I was aggressive. I was loud. I was talking fast. I am so sorry. And then he broke down, and we embraced each other, and
Aw.
he cried. But he was exhausted.
okay.
And-
Yeah, we're all sensitive when we're tired.
And then he wiped his tears, and he's like, "Bubble gum. I just want bubble gum." And we got back in line. We got bubble gum, and we were all good.
You're a good dad, Andrew.
I am.
That's going to cost you at least $2,000 in therapy. I just wanted to let you
No,
know.
they worked out the whole thing.
No,
they did
that,
the
that
therapy.
$12 cone's going to be just,
But
I'm telling you.
he's level enough to point it out. He told
that
me
was sweet.
you were being loud. You were talking fast. You
Yeah.
were yelling at me. I was like, "I wasn't yelling at you," but I get what you're saying. I get your point of view.
I know, I felt the same way. You've done that to me.
Shut up.
Shut up. Oh, I'd like to apologize to anyone I have not yet offended.
It'll happen.
Hey, it's Kim Komando today. We just have a great time doing the podcast, and we sure hope that you love listening and watching to it as well. And so, just a quick reminder is that in order for us to grow the podcast, you need to tell one person, right?
Yeah.
Just
it's easy.
one.
Just one.
You don't even have to
person.
tell them, though. You don't have to have physical.
Oh, no.
You don't have to make eye contact.
No.
Just share the link.
Yes.
That's all you have
You
to
could
do.
just whisper Kim Komando today.
You don't even have to do that.
Oh, okay.
You know, and if you're like in a group or a company Slack channel, just put the link in there, nothing else.
No. Yeah, it's a great idea.
Just throw it in there.
And they'll be like, what's this? And you just change
They'll
the
click.
topic immediately.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. We don't care. It doesn't matter who the person is.
Because they'll watch and they'll be like, hey, thanks for sending me that link. I appreciate it. It's a fun show.
You know, and I still have that great joke at the end. I know we're running out of time, but I've got to get to that joke.
Do you want to just go do it now?
No, because I want to hear about Tokyo.
Oh, in Tokyo, the birth rate is the lowest it's ever been in modern time.
It's because they have a lot of those sex houses there.
It's
Sex
dropped
houses.
five. I'm glazing over that. It dropped 5% from last year.
Okay.
And the government's like, we need people. I don't know if you guys know this, but we need people. And for us to have people, you guys got to get together. So they have a solution, a government-backed dating app.
No.
Yes. There's going to be some requirements. First of all, you have to submit your income. And when I read that, I was like, what? But I guess it's customary over there.
Well, I think it
Okay.
is. It is. You know what? It is. Everybody
Well,
pretty
and there's
much knows
probably
what
not
to
as
do.
much disparity here
Also,
as here, right?
it's going to help them push people in the same
Sure.
SCS towards each other because that's in their culture. That's something that is attractive. Is where we're at the same spot, so we're going to be good.
Yeah.
Also, you have to be single. You legally have to prove you're single.
That's good.
No married guys, no married goo. This is not an Ashley Madison situation.
No.
Sure.
And the third thing is that you have to sign a commitment that you want to get married
Wow.
because they don't want a bunch of babies out of wedlock.
No.
So they want these people that are going to date to end up to marry and then create human beings. It's a government-backed dating app.
Okay, hear me out. I think people in the US, not backed by the government, if it was a private company, I think people in the US would sign up for that. People who are serious about starting a
Yes,
family,
for
they really
sure.
want to date. and
Okay,
they don't
what
want
about
some
the
creep.
financial part?
Sure, if you're going to get,
Oh,
I think so, maybe. If you're going to,
People lie about their height. People post pictures from 1974 on their current 2024 dating app.
1974.
Do you think they're going to be honest about how much they make?
maybe you have to prove it. Maybe you have to like give your
I think you have to
W-2 or
prove it.
something. Yeah.
Oh, that would be so humiliating for some people. I especially think men. I think men think that's way more important than women. Men would not be attracted to a woman if she made $30,000-$40,000 more dollars than him.
Well, then maybe it's the same thing where you say, I'm comfortable with someone who makes more than me. I'm not. I want someone who makes the same or less or whatever.
So maybe not visible to all users, but help with the filtering in the
Yes.
background.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right,
Yeah.
that's fair.
See
Also,
that?
I want to filter if it's like this guy doesn't want to date me because I make more than him. It's like, no, he's out. That's so lame.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that is lame, but it happens every single day on dating apps. Every single day.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Money's a big thing. And it's hard when I've been single for 3 years now, but on a lot of first dates, it's hard to breach that conversation
Right, that's what I was
early.
gonna say. I've been married for a million years,
Yeah,
so
so
I don't
have
know.
I.
Like, how soon into dating does that come up?
You know what? It's months.
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably.
really?
Or it'll come out like, you'll say something, I'm going on vacation to Hawaii. Well, that is a sign
So there's
of your
indicators.
financial position.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I'm
it takes
going on my yacht. in
Sure.
Exactly.
versus
Monaco.
like I have to go patch my dinghy.
I can't
which is-
decide which car I want to
You
take
know, I was
to our
actually
date.
talking to somebody, and I'm not going to say what his name is. And we're having a conversation like this. He's like, well, I'm thinking this summer I'm going to my chalet in Switzerland.
Oh.
And I'm sitting there
Oh.
thinking, like, how many people have you ever met that said, I'm going to my ski chalet this summer? in
Zero.
Switzerland?"
I've met exactly zero.
That was the first time I've heard that.
That was nutso. Just a quick reminder, it's your last chance to enter to win the iPhone. Winfromkim.com.
Hurry.
Winfromkim.com. Okay. You ready for the best joke ever? You're going to, it's so good. You're just going to laugh and laugh.
This is definitely not too
and
much hype.
Laugh and laugh. Okay.
Perfect amount.
Speaking of the Tokyo dating app,
Mm-hmm.
a married couple goes to the hospital to have their baby. And upon their arrival, the doctor says he has invented a brand new technology patent pending machine that's going to transfer a portion of the mother's labor pain to the father. And he asked if they were both willing to check it out. Do you know this joke?
My 6-year-old daughter told me this.
No,
Yes.
I've never heard it. I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, I won't look. I won't make eye contact.
And the
I won't do
doctor
it.
sent the pain transfer to 10% for starters. explaining that even 10% was probably more pain than the father has ever experienced before. But as the labor goes on, the doctor kicks it up a notch. It goes to 20%. The husband says, yeah, I'm still fine. It goes to 50%. The father says, I'm fine. And it goes to 75%. Meanwhile, the woman's like going like, I'm having a baby. This is like not a problem at all. This is great. Finally, doctor says, you know what? I'm going to go to 100%. You sure you can handle it? And the guy's like, I can do it. I can do it. So they have the baby. They go home. On the front porch is the mailman, and he's dead.
Your 6-year-old told this joke.
6-year-old daughter.
Did she really?
Yeah.
That is a fantastic joke.
I don't think she understood it, but she told it to me.
You
That's
did not
good.
overhype. That's a great joke.
See?
I'm going to go tell people that
Right now.
right now.
Right now.
We're done.
All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And drop a few comments and make sure that you tell, just one person.
It's easy.
That's all.
See you Friday.
That's a great joke.